Welcome back. Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. We've upgraded a lot of things this season. One of the things is Thomas. We got actually, instead of, music coming out of a speaker, we've got music coming out of actual instruments.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
This is the best part of the show for me.
Yeah?
Because I get the sofa to myself. It's fantastic. I hope no one comes along to ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah, one can hope, one can dream.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, sometimes you just, Ted, there's not an offense to you,
Okay,
but, sometimes you just want to have a little bit extra Dota knowledge as well. We're, looking at,
I'll take it on board.
Teams, yeah. And I think we found the perfect person
Okay.
for that, to, as an addition to our Shiva show.
Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's your show, Sheebs.
We have got Blitz, I think, behind the door.
Hopefully, if he's in the area.
Yeah.
Come on in, anytime. Yeah, a smooth entrance. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, William.
Hey, Will.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I don't know. That thing did not open as...
Everyone else managed it really smoothly apart from you.
I think I dragged it along the bottom because I thought it would just go down straight.
It's just not a great door. Doors are meant to be attached to something at the top as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of key to the whole door thing. But yeah, you made it.
Yeah.
Welcome.
How have you been doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, because you were also having a case of the cold.
I mean, I'm dying, but I don't know if I should say that on the broadcast.
You can. This is a broadcast where we know that Cap is sick. We know that he's infected basically everybody else, and that probably includes you.
I think I got Cap sick. I'm not sure what the order is. No, he got sick first.
He was already sick in.
He's been sick a long old time.
Yeah.
Like he seems to have been sick a lot. But this is what happens when you're on the road, right? You mix in with all these new germs and everything, and
it's a trade-off.
Takes a hit. What have you been thinking about the games today?
Stomps.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty one-sided game so far. But that's the, if you put the top 4 seeds against the bottom 4 seeds, especially in best of threes, like this is sort of what you expect in the openings. Although I thought OG versus Fnatic would be closer.
I think that was the case for a lot of things, and I don't know if it was OG looking worse than I expected or Fnatic just looking better than I expected because the stomps were too stumpy.
I think Fnatic's pretty good right now.
Yeah, they're looking decent for sure.
Yeah. Maybe because obviously they lost against Navi last weekend. Maybe that was just a play style thing, or was it Navi playing above their level then?
So I talked to Pilot Dai because he wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was that upsetting, and he was saying like, he said, "What'd you think about that game?" And I laughed because what else are you supposed to say about that game? And then he said, "So the problem is like they're a good team, but they're not so good that they're just like wiping out everybody else, right? Like they feel like they're right below."
You're talking about Fnatic, right?
Yeah,
You're saying Fnatic. Yeah.
They're below like the VP and Liquid, but they feel like they're still a good team. Like they can take games off of some of the better ones, but they're just a little bit inconsistent right now, just figuring things out.
I mean, if you lose a game like that, like Envy said that when they looked at the match predictor, it said 98%. Like the if you lose that, do you think that's is that going to knock their confidence a lot? Or do you think they're just going to think, guys, we have to knock all this sloppy play out and surely we're better than this?
He also said that there was like, if you watch the replay, there's 100 things they could have done differently.
Yeah.
Right.
And they did none of those things. Like, if they kill the creep wave faster, if they buy back faster, when they go for the trade, if they don't do the meteor hammer shenanigans, like, the list goes on. So I think he told me, the funniest thing, he told me, like, they went into the room and it was quiet for like 10 minutes. Because you can't say anything after a game like that.
Yeah.
And then he said they all started laughing. Because, like, what do you...
I think that's the best reaction, though.
That's a good reaction.
Yeah, what do you
because if you have that game 100 times, they're going to win 99 of them. We do have to move on, though, because we have a different series coming up. We have Empire versus Team Secret. And for that, ODPixel got a hold of Puppy just now.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, I'm here with Puppy, of course, of Team Secret, to get a few quick answers from him before he kicks off the match today against Empire. Puppy, you're coming into this lad. What's confidence like for Team Secret? You guys have had a week or so of a break. Are you coming into this with high hopes?
Yeah, of course. We want to keep the title of the DreamHack winners.
That is true. You did indeed take, of course, first place in the major. Gave you guys a huge boost in points for your DPC standing at the moment. Standing in that top 4 region at the moment. Is there, coming into this one, any team you're looking to play? We've seen you guys at sort of the previous appearances, the last few lands, where you've been maybe knocked out by certain opponents that a bit painful and such. Is there anyone you're looking to get revenge at here?
Oh, for sure newbie, because we lost to them already twice in a row. But what I really want to see is OG against Liquid. We want to see against coach action. We want to see it.
We get that. We could get that with the way that the format works out, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for that, Puppy. Good luck with the games, and we'll see you at LAN.
Definitely looking forward to OG versus Liquid, some coach versus coach. Empire is going to be the opponent of Team Secret today. And I believe Owen also managed to get a hold of Ghostic.
Thank you very much, Sheev. Yes, I'm here with Ghostic from Team Empire to get some few quick words before he goes into his matchup against Secret. And Ghostic, you are playing up against Team Secret. A bit of a tough opponent to come into as your first round, but how have preparations been for this series in particular?
Well, we didn't play much scrims before this tournament because Miposhka went to VSG and we kind of practiced ourselves in pubs mostly. But we kind of watched their replays, analyzed their game a little bit, figured out what to do against them. So we'll see how it goes.
And in terms of your sort of overall at the moment in Dota 2, how have you found the patch sort of is for your team? Is this a good time for Empire? Could we see some good stuff from Empire in the near future?
Well, hopefully before the tournament we kind of found our game. Hopefully, so we'll see.
Okay. So it sounds like you've got a plan for the patch. We'll see how it works out, as we'll pass back to you, Sheev.
Not a lot of scrims before this tournament as Mipushka was away. That might be a problem for them because they might need that extra boost to get them through the teams that they are facing here at Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. Now, while the game is going on, and I mean while the series is going on, so don't start voting now, and please do vote for your MVP, your Hacks MVP of the series. You can vote for your favorite player. It's hashtag, and then, well, you can see the players' names. Not gonna read them out. I'm sure you can read. Hope you can. And you can just vote in the Twitch chat. So make sure to do that because we are curious to see who you think is gonna be the MVP of the series.
My money's on Chappie.
Chappie?
They're beatboxing right now on the side.
What?
They were doing like a team beatbox thing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, they're starting again.
They actually are.
Oh,
Yeah, they actually
are.
They're all getting into it. This is like their team ritual.
This is good. Do you think it'll help?
I hope so.
You know, actually, at the GIC, there was the final tribe. They actually have a ritual pre-match with bumping on the chest, and they shout like something. Anyway, I read someone saying something about that in terms of team psychology. That is actually a really good way to just be all on the same page and start good upbeat and yeah.
Well, they're
seemingly getting into it real good here.
Over there.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do.
They're like dancing and stuff now too. I wish you guys could see this. They're going off.
Okay.
They're actually
That's good.
Confident. I mean, they need a lot of confidence to beat up Secret because they are the underdogs coming into this series.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. I mean, I've seen them a bit lately, and at times I think they play some decent dotes, and they've definitely got some skill. But at other times I see them make mistakes where I think, what are they doing? And then the game kind of gets away from them. So they've got the skill. I just think they need a bit of consistency and maybe a bit more organization, dare I say it. But that's the way they seem to me when I watch Empire.
Yeah, the camera got onto them and they get shy.
And then they stopped.
They
Yeah.
stopped
Actually.
immediately.
They knew.
Don't wanna spoil what their pre-game ritual is.
Yeah.
I think that the glimpse that we caught here is like already a rare one. But they're going up against Secret. Secret's looking good. Puppy mentioned in his interview that he wants to get revenge on Newbie. The last two majors that they were in, they got knocked out by Liquid and by Newbie. Obviously, Newbie the most recent one. Those are two good teams to be knocked out by. I can imagine wanting to get a little bit of revenge.
Oh, there you go. The camera's not caught. They just immediately get embarrassed. Oh, I'm so glad they caught that. They're dying now.
Yeah, they're
trying to act so cool.
Too bad we don't.
There's like nothing happened. You guys, they were dancing around
Yeah,
the two.
they really were going for
That's
it.
good. All right, talk to me about this matchup then. Will.
So Empire's not that bad of a team. I think the last time I saw them play a LAN was with a different lineup though. They had like Nyx or something.
Yeah.
It was
stand in at Starladder.
it was a Star Ladder. Pretty good team.
Yeah,
overall.
they played some good though.
I feel like they went like 2-1 against everybody, and I feel like they were pretty close to being able to take actual series off of teams. They play quick. FN is a very good player. I think their support duo is very strong, but Secret, for a while, I felt like this was the best team in the world.
I remember you saying that. I
Yeah.
remember you saying
Yeah.
that actually, and you felt like I was listing my top 4, and you're like, Secret at number 1, forget about everyone else. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, but they haven't quite been there lately. As Puppy said, they've lost to Newbie twice in a row. But do you think VP are probably the best team around right now? I know we're not talking about Empire or
You know what the interesting thing is? I would say VP almost unanimously, but most of the pros I talk to think that Liquid is still
really.
the hardest opponent to play against.
Do you think that's because Liquid are the guys who are going to outthink you probably more than any other team?
I think it's because people don't like it when one team is dominant, and so you try to discredit them, and you're just like, they're not that good.
Oh well, okay. That's
But if
pretty
there's
cool.
like a 1 and 2, I'd say is like VP Liquid, VP being first, Liquid second, and then I don't know who else falls into that because Secret for a while, the only losses they had was when they were using stand-ins. Remember, Perfect World, Masters, they were using a guy who didn't even speak the same language
Yeah,
as them
CTY, yeah.
to play mid, and then at ESL they took very hard games off of Newbie, but ultimately Newbie they were using Ohio instead of Fada, and we found that out like an hour before they played, so that was probably a shock to them as well.
Wow.
I mean, that's a tough one to adjust to. Why do you think they kind of fell off? Because they were at the top of their game.
I think in Dota, it's so hard to have sustained like reigns because the patch changes, things change. The worst thing too is like if you're at the top, there's this like theory now. You never want to be the best team heading into TI.
Yeah.
You want to be the team that everyone thinks is good, of course, but like you're in the middle pack because if you're the best team, oftentimes your strats just get like
Stolen or countered.
or crushed
yeah.
or nerfed beforehand, and especially with like the way that the 2-week/month patch works nowadays, things are so frequent, and it's very hard to stay on top.
Yeah.
You think VP is peaking too early?
That is the scary part, right? I think now that they're secured,
Yeah.
they will be smart and they'll slow down and they'll be a lot more picky about what they play.
Do you think it's easy to go from that full-on style where you're just crushing and you're trying your best, slowing it down, and then going back up for TI? Do you think that? Do you think TI is enough of a lure of sort of like the big one that you're like, okay, guys, we've been messing around for a couple of months, but this is it?
I don't. That's the hard part too, because I've been a coach for like 2 of the TIs, and both of them are like, you're trying to catch this like spark, and
Yeah.
you don't know like how it comes or like where it comes from. It's very complicated. Like, if anybody had that figured out, that'd be the formula. But
Yeah.
you ultimately do what the previous team that won did, because you chase success in Dota. And so Liquid, obviously, they played everything they could. They played DreamHack right before
Yep.
Against my Planet on team, where they won 3-2 in the finals. They played that before, and before that was like unheard of. You know, don't reveal your strats. But now that's a concept that for the
Everybody
most
plays
part,
as much as possible.
yeah, exactly. Now you just play as much Dota as possible because you want to stay sharp.
So you can also not, like, you can't not be on top of your game. Like, you're not gonna try to not be 100%, then surely.
I think for some tournaments you take off, and then for some of the bigger ones, you put back on. I wonder when they're gonna get noticed again.
I'm not sure what that was, but it was something.
They've been doing it for. I hope the viewers. They've been doing this for like the last
Yeah.
20 minutes.
No, I
Yeah.
do have to mention we do have some sound issues. That's why we're delayed with the draft. So maybe, you know, they're just making their own sounds just to entertain themselves. But
They were going crazy in the beginning.
Yeah,
They
they
were.
were.
They were doing, like-
leaping around.
Yeah, they were all dancing.
yeah, this one looks like someone got convinced to do it. Like, please,
Yeah, yeah,
do it
yeah.
in front of the camera, please.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, good pre-game rituals. It doesn't look like Secret have a pre-game ritual. Does it?
I don't know. Hold on, my mic's gone really loud.
No.
No.
I think their pregame ritual is just focus. It's like 2 sides. It's like one side is like maybe the clowniest pregame ritual I've ever seen in my life, and the other side is
Very.
they're just serious.
Yeah, you're right. The two, they could not be more opposites. You could have
Fata's
sat
drinking
down.
Monster.
They're just relaxing. They're talking, and the Empire guys are jumping around and beatboxing. I'd be interested if Empire win this series. I'm gonna just beatbox before every game of Dota
Yeah.
I
Dude,
play.
they're like taking turns. I don't know if it's a competition.
I think it's just one of those things you do in the round. You know, like when someone does some dance moves, everybody gets hype,
Yeah, yeah.
nice and stuff like that. And then it's someone else's turn, and you try and outdo each other. That's it. So they're trying to out beatbox.
I like
it.
that. It's like a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
Shiva, are you good?
I'm okay.
Are you good beatbox? You're sick?
I know I'm not okay at beatboxing.
Okay,
I
okay.
can't beatbox. I was thinking like if I was gonna have a pre-game ritual, what would it be? Because obviously, the final tribe has the knocking on the chest thing, and they're a tribe, so it makes sense somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't beat. I don't know. What would you do with your pre-game ritual?
I berate my teammates and shout at them and tell them all the stuff they did wrong in the previous game.
That is not a good pre-game ritual.
It
Like,
sometimes
okay.
it motivates them.
Let's say you have a group of 5 people. You're gonna play with that all the time.
Yeah.
And
Same
you're
five.
asked,
So it's going to be the same 4 guys
The
as me.
same 4 guys with you, and you're asked like, hey, let's do something before every game to get our spirits up. What would it be? Like to be on one page, to just kick the game off properly. After draft, you do this, and you go in a game. What would it be? Are you gonna just shout together, or cheer together, or huddle and say some motivating stuff?
I think a secret handshake amongst gents would be. Actually, me and Ted have.
Don't talk about the secret handshakes.
I know your secret handshake with Ken.
You don't know all of
Do
them.
you? I don't think you know part 2 of it.
The one with Ken is the one with the gong.
Okay,
That's
so you
part of
might
it.
know. That's part of it.
That's part of it. There are many. Will is obsessed with handshakes because
Yeah.
he likes having all these secret rituals for some reason. And
I don't know.
there are a few. We're never going to repeat them on any kind of broadcast.
I can't
Okay.
stop laughing. I knew instantly what you were going to think of when I said that.
All right, what would your pre-game ritual be then, Will?
The
The handshake?
That would be it.
But you're with 4 other people, so would you have a different handshake?
Yeah, you got one
You
for
set
every
it up.
person.
You don't have that much time.
Sure
you
you
gotta
do.
do
You have
something
plenty
at
of
the same
time.
time.
You
They've
turn
been
to the person-
beatboxing for like 20 minutes. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Okay, but normally you don't have this much time.
Well, that's your backstage, right? So you've got
Yeah.
10 minutes before you go on. You do your handshakes,
Uh.
and then you go out.
You ever see like in
More
the
like
NBA,
15 minutes.
everybody has like their own. Everybody has like an individual thing. Like they
It's
always
true.
go through the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a thing. You have enough time.
All right. The NBA
You got
handshakes.
time.
And you would just shout at your teammates. Ted.
Yeah. Shout at them. Tell them all the stuff they normally do wrong. Remind them how terrible they are, and maybe show them Twitch clips of us all making terrible mistakes, just to focus the mind.
Mm.
It sometimes works, genuinely.
For some people, that works better than
We've
than
been
others,
losing some
sure.
games horribly, and then I've shouted at my teammates and we've won. It's about 50-50 because a lot of the time we also just lose, and then I just new stack. That's it. I
Yeah.
would go through teams like nobody's business.
How often do you, how many passes do you get? How many times are you allowed to lose with the stack?
Depends how bad the game is.
Okay.
If I get angry 3 times, we're probably done.
Let's say if you win, but there's the person that you're playing with is an actual.
They're cut.
They're cut.
Yeah.
Is
If they're a
useless,
non-spell
But they
caster-
carried you.
No.
What if there's this one guy that's just carrying you to victory, but
I-
he doesn't say anything?
That's fine. I've got plenty of guys like that we play with, so that's fine. But you get bored of just winning like that after a while.
Mm-hmm.
But look at these guys; they look bored of winning.
They look focused. Then they need to be because they are in the draft, and that's what's happening
are
right
they?
now. Yes, they are. We already have an Enchantress ban, a Chen ban. I think we're going to see a little bit of a different style of Dota compared to what we saw earlier today. In that, especially with the Enchantress ban, there are 2 on the set of Secret. It's going to be Empire that is on the Radiant side, Secret on the Dire side, and that's it. We're off.
Yeah, we're away with it. Can you
Round
see these
1.
fans, Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also look in front of you. There's another monitor.
Oh
there.
right. Oh, of course.
Come on, Ted.
I'm sorry. I was looking down here.
Yeah, you can choose. We have the options. We have the technology.
I love the new Pix band screen. It's so nice compared to the old one.
Except the middle hero is significantly larger.
It's because they stand
He's
in
at
the
the front.
triangle.
Yeah, but it just.
Yeah, that's when you pick your biggest hero, and he's even bigger. It's an intimidation
Jakiro.
thing.
Mm.
Jakiro in the middle is glorious because he flies.
He's like your center, your defensive center.
Is that what he does, Shiver?
He flies. Jakiro flies? Really?
Yeah, but it's really cool to see because he soars.
He soars. Okay.
I think that's a better way of saying it. Right.
Willow.
We don't have that drafting screen for the people at home though, so they don't know what you're talking about.
How broken do you think Willow is at the moment?
I think she's just she's not quite figured out yet.
Yeah.
Like I would say she's strong.
Like her spells seem insane.
Yeah.
Like really insane.
She has a really good toolkit. It's her ability to like solo burst any hero on the map. She's a bit greedy though.
Yeah.
But
Because she's squishy, right? So she needs things.
yeah, you need items and you need levels. You need to give her time.
Do you think after these minor, major sort of splurge that all the teams are playing, all of them, do you think some of them will go away and figure out this hero and take the time to get it?
Yeah.
And say, this is no problem, we know how to handle it, or people don't even know how OP this hero is, and we can put it to good use.
Yeah, for the most part, Dota players, what they're really good at is, like, if you see a hero enough times, people are pretty good at figuring out ways to work around it. Unless those heroes, like, just
Literally, bro.
stupid,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Old Morph.
Yeah,
That was
so stupid.
that was just silly.
That did not last long. Like that was when I was glad of the fact that that they were kind of being a bit more attentive, I think, with the patches.
Yeah.
Not just leaving it 6 months in this miserable state where everyone was crying.
Old Morph was like, if you didn't have AA on the other team, you just lost. It was like, that was the game.
It was pretty brutal.
Not very interesting whatsoever.
Team Empire's turn to Bounty Hunter.
Bounty.
That's a secret special. That's a hero that Puppy really likes to play. They really like to do this like double 4 position style almost. And then they give themselves independent cores. Like they'll pick a lot of Lone Druid as a result. They'll be one of the teams that use that hero more often than others. Because you want heroes that ultimately just don't need help.
Empire going for Gyro. I'm pretty sure I saw them play at mid at some point. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You want heroes with a lot of catch, good disable. Because you want to out-team fight. Earth? No, Omni. I like that pick a lot. That's a good opening.
Do you think Omni is just like, he's useful enough that you don't need to think of him as being specifically... I mean, when they banned the Razor, Omni's a pretty solid pick, right? Like,
Yeah.
it seems like it's like right up there, they're going to pick it. Do you think Omni is a hero you need to pick him to counter stuff, or do you think he's like a block pick, or is he just like, this guy's such a good utility hero and so strong, we'll just pick him, it doesn't matter what they pick.
And he comes with the heal, a BKB, and an invuln ult. And he's a good laner.
Yeah.
Like, I need Ice Frog. I hope Slaxus is listening too. I really hope he is. Like, I need this hero to just... It needs to just go away for a really long time.
Wow.
I actually just said that for Slacks.
Kunkka.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Pretty open too. They have run a mid. They're one of the few teams that actually run this as a core.
So here's my question for you, William.
Yes.
Given that Secret run Bounty and Kunkka, and they're what people are considering one of the best teams around, why do more teams not copy what they do?
Just different playstyles.
That's it?
Yeah, it's also... I told you, like, people chase success, right? But, like, the really good teams, what they do is, instead of chasing success, is they figure out, like, what the next big thing is going to be. Because if you're just the ones chasing the meta, then you're just going to be behind at all times. Like, you're going to be copying what people understand better than you do.
Yeah.
And by the time you're onto them, they're onto the next thing. And so I think it's a bit difficult to just blind copy in Dota. That's the cool part about it, though, is, like, you can see a draft. It's all open. Everyone sees the draft. Technically, you could copy it, but almost no one does.
Yeah.
People will copy openers, but... Like,
it's not like something like StarCraft where people just... It's like a build order that people copy,
exactly.
right?
Because there's, like, a deeper understanding to some of these things. Like, I played StarCraft, like, the build orders are pretty laid out. Like, this is what it's good against, this is what it's bad against.
Yeah.
But in Dota, it's never that clear.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
So what's that? Luna ban, Rubik ban, we've seen a Storm ban. What do you think Secret really don't want to see here, coming out of Empire?
I don't know. They don't have a lot of, like, hard disable.
Would they really go Oracle and Omni? Is that a thing?
Double saves, maybe?
Maybe they want to pick Batrider themselves or something.
Is it Return of the Darkseer with the Iron Shell on the Bounty Hunter?
Potentially. That would be pretty cool.
Doxy is good. I like him.
Nowadays, though, it's the counter to Batrider, though.
You feel like the Rubik ban on the side of the Empire is maybe a little bit odd, considering that Secret has Kunkka, which is probably played by Yapsor?
A little bit. I think they're just trying to keep things open as possible. For Empire, they still need a 5-position support. Witch Doctor or Bane. It's pretty good here, this position. You want something that, like, absolutely shuts out a lane, you take Witch Doctor or Bane. But they take the Earth Spirit to match the tempo of the bounty. That's what I thought they would second pick. Because you can just roll into him and then dust.
Right.
He's almost always a kill. And the way you beat Bounty Hunter is Bounty Hunter doesn't come equipped with a lot of team fight. whatsoever.
yeah.
Like he's a track. That's what this hero
He's
does.
a track machine.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, ticking into the bonus time for Secret. Looking for some cores.
We've been trying to watch the team. They're right here. Oh, Witch Doctor.
So this is it. It is a Kunkka core.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been trying to watch the teams when they're drafting and
Yeah.
listening on stuff. That
Yeah,
they
that's,
mumble to
that's
each
what
other.
I'm
Quite
trying to do.
interesting.
Obviously, I can't speak Russian, so I gotta settle for a Secret.
10 seconds remaining.
See if I can figure out what they're saying, but
Do you think they're going to nerf Witch Doctor soon?
why would they nerf Witch Doctor?
Because you can crush lanes with him.
Yeah, but I think that's mostly because of his spells. You can't really fundamentally change the hero.
Well, you could
They
just
might lower his base damage or
change.
something.
I mean,
Maybe that.
his base damage is pretty good. Maledict is pretty good. They could maybe lower the amount of damage it does or something, or make it scale a little harder so it doesn't start off so good.
Yeah, it makes me sad that like this hero's in the game and CM isn't.
Yeah, what the flip is up with that? Like, I really liked. I played it the other day. I was like, damn, this hero like sucks compared to
And
pretty much anything else.
in Bucharest, she was picked.
You know what someone said to me is the problem is now that everybody just flies clarities out. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't really care.
So it is the Bane. We talked previously about how they needed. I thought they were gonna take. I still think that Secret is gonna take bad, and that's the reason why they banned Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the Bane pick is good. It secures. It's like it's either Bane or Witch Doctor. If you're gonna like absolutely secure your safe lane, these are the two heroes that have been the most successful so far.
Both purple.
Yeah.
Coincidence? No.
So for Secret, I think you just pick a bunch of independent cores at this point. That's what the Bounty Hunter represents.
So this is offlane Omni.
Yeah. I think you take something like LD and just one-on-one him too.
There you go. Boom.
That's an independent core.
Yeah.
That's 2 independent cores.
2 independent
A
cores.
man and his bear.
Oh, I thought you meant Kunkka and Lone Druid. Kunkka
Nope.
is also kind of an independent.
Yep. The captain and his boat.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
You're right, William. He's not okay.
5 seconds remaining.
They've cut you off.
Cut you
He's
off,
not
so
covered.
go ahead.
Poor Will. He is properly sick.
Yeah.
But he's still trooping it.
Everything for the doubts.
All right, we're all good.
We're all good. So if you look at this lineup, I mean, in terms of team fight, it's both are kind of lacking. What type of game is this going to be?
For Secret, they want to just keep as much pressure off of the Lone Druid as possible and just run things around. And for Empire, you just want to get in their face and fight at all times. You want to take advantage of the fact that Bounty Hunter and Lone Druid are slower heroes because they don't add a lot of team fight early on. Like Lone Druid has a prerequisite amount of farm before he's going to get involved. Same thing with like Bounty Hunter doesn't provide any team fight, right? So if you're Secret and you're in this position, like you need some kind of hero that will take advantage of having like a dual offlane, which is why I thought they would take Bat in the first place. Because why else would you ban Oracle?
Yeah.
But in response, look at what Empire does with their last ban. They
Yeah,
think the
ban
same
Bat.
thing. They're like, why else would you ban?
Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want Bat Rider,
Remaining.
it's like a open representation.
I'm trying
So
to.
you're saying mid
listen.
Kunkka probable here for Secret?
Uh,
Or possible?
it's been mid one that plays it. I have to imagine that, unless there's some crazy Witch Doctor mid meta that I've never thought of in my life. It's who knows in Dota nowadays, but
or like
I think it's
offlane
likely.
Kunkka plus something? I mean, I don't
Sure.
like it. I'm just saying it's like you could do that. X them back into Maledict.
Couldn't really listen in properly. Heard something about an OD, perhaps?
On the side of Empire,
No, Secret.
I see. Maybe they're thinking of bans. Secret need like some
Oh, yeah,
kind
I
of
think- I
catch
think
though,
about
or
that.
like
Mhm.
more. I feel like they need a little bit more team fight.
I mean, they've
something
got-
to open.
I mean, Kunkka's like the X is such a stupidly low cooldown,
Yeah.
and track will mean that they can catch, but it's not like you catch.
Do you need something else to pair up with that X, perhaps?
Yeah. Maybe like Tide or something. I'm not sure. Bat Rider would have been nice, but
I think if they really wanted the bat, they should have probably picked it for us.
they just need some kind of stun.
Hmm. Some kind of Fata
A
hero.
replay. What are we watching this?
You're watching that. I'm watching the draft. And
Oh.
it is an OD ban indeed. They were thinking about the bans there, and it is an Abaddon.
I see. So they thought that Empire was gonna take it then. That's why they
banned OD.
ban it and then they take a ban.
This is I personally think this is a crazy lineup from Secret. Like I'm sure it works. I'm just saying I don't quite understand how.
Yeah, it's a little greedy, but that's been kind of like the theme of this team. It's just like skirt that edge a little bit. That's what gave them the advantage against a lot of these teams. It's like some teams would commit over too much team fight and then Secret just out late games you. But it'll depend largely on like how Ace does in this game.
There's Death Prophet making it all
Amazing
the
that
way.
she's made it that far, but she's been like first pick or second pick for a lot of these games so far. But yeah, she is final pick.
So what is important for this game for Empire? Because we agree that Empire is going to be the one to maybe need to be putting in a little bit of extra effort to be able to come out with a win here. What is important for their draft to be successful?
Run Secret down
Yeah.
as much as they can.
Yeah.
And just stop Lone Druid becoming the guy who you can't kill and who eats all your buildings.
Don't get faked out by this Abaddon, because he's going to be annoying. Like, Fada's going to run at you and die a bunch, and you're going to get fooled into thinking, like, that's worth it. But you need to put as much pressure on this LD as possible.
All right, pressure and aggression coming out from Team Empire. That sounds like a fun game. And for a fun game, we've got fun casters, OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, third series of the day. It is Team Secret versus Team Empire. I'm OD Pixel. I'm here with Fog. We've just seen the two lineups. We are getting sort of the treat of a mid-one Kunka. We've seen it before here at a DreamLeague LAN finals, and it was very successful last time around when we saw it.
He's got a cool set too.
He does. He's got the hat on. He's got this.
I've never seen that weapon before,
nice
right? Look at that weapon.
Oh,
It's
look at
pretty
his
sick.
weapon.
I'm
Ooh,
pretty excited.
very nice.
But yeah, very
but-
unorthodox kind of lineup coming up from Secret in
but-
comparison. You look at Empires, very stable stuff that we're
It's
used to
that
seeing.
Death Prophet. Teams are getting this Death Prophet as a fifth pick. I mean, that's got to be pretty good. A pretty good feeling if you're one of the teams getting a fifth pick Death Prophet through the draft like Empire has.
And he's versus a Lone Druid, right? So Spirit Siphon, incredibly good at all stages of the game versus that Bear. So that can be pretty cool. So we're going to see what they can actually do with it. So for me, I'm looking at, of course, the mid-one Kunkka. We'll get there right away. I actually think, I really like the concept of the Kunkka versus Gyrocopter overall, because if you can actually, in theory, right, if you can get your Rum off as the Gyro uses Flak, you can be negating a lot of that burst potential,
I mean,
a lot of that
the
AoE
Rum
team
is
fight that
so
is
good.
where the Gyro thrives. So
We've just
it can be
seen
really cool.
I mean, but recently we saw obviously at GSC, Lil at the Kunkka was absolutely on point with just the ghost ship usage. I think that's what you got to look for, not just in the offensive capacity, but as you say, absolutely, especially in the early fights as the defensive play. Because the thing is, using aggressive, sure, if you've got the setup, you're guaranteed to sort of hit one. Sure, if you get them off guard, you're going to catch three or more. But the fact that it's so easy to just get your own team covered in these 5v5s, as you say, against the lineup from Empire that's going to want to look to skirmish around the mid game, it can absolutely be fight changing.
Yeah. Secret though, greedy lineup. Absolutely greedy. Because they have they've got Lone Druid. Their catch is pretty minimal. They're really relying mostly on just this Kunkka getting out of control and then just them kind of just overrunning, being able to just 5-man versus Empires. But Empire's lineup is incredibly strong at all stages. They have an immense amount of damage, lots of control, pretty much everything you'd kind of want in a draft. So we'll see if Secret can actually make this draft work.
Let's have a look. Any sort of lanes that you expect we're going to see teams try and dodge? I mean, at the moment, what Ace is going up top, and he is on his own in this matchup against the Omni Knight, and we'll see. I mean, I guess you can leave in there, right, if you're Secret. You don't really need to babysit this Lone Druid in this 1v1 early on.
Yeah, they're just going to be moving around a lot. I think they just have to make sure that Fada doesn't get completely zoned out bottom.
Yeah.
Because I think the lanes are pretty standard. You look at Secret, they're going to have Lone Druid top. Supports are going to be moving around a bunch. Maybe Witch Doctor starts top, gets some pulls off, but they want to be able to help Fada with this Bounty Hunter. Same thing in that mid lane. Puppy's all about this information on this Bounty this game. Because versus Bane, you don't really want to be playing near the Bane as the Bounty Hunter. You want to be forcing reactions and movements from the Earth Spirit. Keeping tabs on where that is.
That's the Ghost Stick. Is hanging around here. We'll see if you can maybe have a bit of a look in onto the rune, but it's going to be hard with Ace having the backup of Yapsor for this Bounty rune control. In fact, Secret have managed to invade Empire's half of the jungle here, so they will be able to claim themselves 3.
And Puppy's actually going to just take the wave so that his Abaddon can actually get something bottom. I do like this play. We saw Fabi do the exact pretty much.
I was going to say, yeah, this seems to be a thing that we're seeing people do, rather than, as you say, the off-laner sort of throwing his life down here to get the full pull round, have their supports make this sort of selfless move and just not sacrifice sort of the health of their off-lane core.
So Fada, like Will was saying, Fada's just gonna try to be like that nuisance bottom lane. Should be able to get something down here because of that pull. But Empire, they're gonna try to meet it and do their best to deal with it. Puppey looking for some courier snipes, not gonna happen just yet. And mid, FN should have a very good time versus this Kunkka in the mid lane. But we're not used to seeing too much of that Kunkka core, so we're gonna see what he can do.
No. And as I said, we've seen mid 1 in the past. He knows what he's doing on this hero.
Yeah.
It definitely seems to be a bit of a special trick that he likes to whip out now and then.
Yep. Pressure coming out onto FN. Torrent connects. Puppey's there as well, trading some hits.
Mid lane, now going to go in.
A lot of
for him.
damage.
He's popped the Fairy Fire, Siphon as well, helping keeping him alive, and he'll be fine.
Now Yoku.
He's now the one in trouble. And in fact, a couple more right clicks,
just
that'll be
get it?
it. First blood for mid 1, as he gets the backup of Puppey. FN's still playing around. So has to be a little careful, as he's low on health. He's got the salve out though, so will top himself right up.
Crazy amount of damage between the two of them. In mid 1, since the creeps got under his tower, he was able to push the wave out too with that Tidebringer bit, so he had creep advantage there. So as soon as the Earth Spirit rolls in, lots of creeps hitting him. And top lane, Yapster will be starting up there, just making sure Ghostic doesn't have a fun time.
Just getting right clicks out the lane there once the Maledict's on him. We'll
Let's see
be
if
fine.
Puppey can get this courier snipe. They are just sitting the courier actually at base for now. It's
I mean,
got,
they've got-
it's got the salve. They
this-
can't let that happen.
Absolutely, you just can't. When there's a bounty in the air. But we say that, but we see so many times pro teams sort of forgetting about the bounty. So bottom lane, Fada will be gone on. He's got the Aphotic Shield, but that is not going to be enough to keep him alive. Miposhka and Nyx fight through it and get Empire a kill onto the board.
Power of the gyro. As soon as you hit 2, most offlaners are at threat of dying.
Even someone like an Abaddon, who's
Yep.
normally pretty resilient against that sort of damage.
Look at mid 1 going that mid lane. 13 and 5 to the 6 and 2 Death Prophet already. Having an excellent time. Tons of tangos too. They gave him extra regen. He's brought a couple extras too, and almost with those phase boots, he's gonna have a good time.
I think it's just one of those heroes that, if you know what you're doing in the mid lane, because of just fundamentally how the hero works with those early skill points, it's hard. Even if you're a strong laner like a Death Prophet, mid 1 could play around that on the Kunkka. Especially with Puppey having a look in on mid.
If you're
now and then.
very good at toggling that Tidebringer, you can get so many denies, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's keeping it on, keeping the lane very hard for FN to play it. FN does have, of course, Yoku behind him. He's going to need some help, because they've made the opening. They get FN dragged back, and in fact, that Torrent will seal the deal. FN will fall. Not a lot that Yoku can do as he rolls in, as there is no helping that Death Prophet. FN really starting to fall behind in this mid matchup now.
Yeah, Puppey with the perfect positioning there both times around, helping out mid 1 to get those kills. Bottom.
He does have the shield. See how much of a chase to go. In fact, Fada's going to turn towards Nyx. The Poshka has to put the Nightmare down onto the Abaddon, make sure that gyro does not get run down.
Yeah, Yapstar's already feels like he's done his job top. They know they've shut down the Omni Knight quite heavily, and Ace is going to be going for that Dominator build on that Lone Druid, as we've been seeing more and more.
And we're going to see this, be sort of responded to by Empire. They're sending Yoku down here as well. So there will be the two supports ready to fight against Fada and Yapsor. But at the same time, Secret, they mirror the movements themselves. Puppey's going to come down here, so we've now got a full 3v3 down in this bottom lane. You'll see who's going to kick it off first. The pings are out. Puppey just making sure. I know where Miposhka is. They're leading in. Puppey's getting some good vision here on the two of them. They might try and lead in onto the Bane. Miposhka comes back in. Quick bottle smash onto Yapsor will allow Yoku to grab the rune. But the life of Miposhka in trouble. He's near the neutrals, but they won't be able to finish him off, as Secret do get the kill.
Very nice rotation coming out from them. Just, as soon as Lone Druid's got a free lane, that's what we were talking about, is these supports have the freedom to move around the map.
And he has more than a free lane. 24 to 14 against the 10 for 2 of Ghostic. Aces. I don't think he's missing a single one.
I don't think so. Not just yet.
So early days, but Secret starting to get that early farm advantage with these lanes. And so far, Empire, to really be able to shake them up. They're going to try down bottom, going in onto Fada, but Fada and Yapsor, they turn. They look towards Yoku, who's got the Maledict on him. The right click's bringing him low. Will be fine. Nyx trying to return fire as he looks towards Fada.
Look at them
Shield
just
is up.
turning around. No fear coming out from Secret.
Yoku just barely surviving that as he retreats back to base. So far, it seems like in these first 5 minutes, Yoku's really struggling to find a lane where he can have an impact.
There is, we have been seeing the decline a bit of that Earth Spirit because of that lane pressure. You can't actually do what you used to do, because the main thing as that Earth Spirit now, which we've been seeing, is you try to help that mid laner, but a lot of times you roll into tower.
And that's your mid laner. The mid laner, of course, being a Kunkka. Yeah, strength hero, pretty tanky. And you roll in, there's always the chance of a torrent turnaround with the slow time for people to TP in. Well, at bottom lane, as we've seen, that's a hard lane with the core of Baden, and top, there's a lone druid. Sure, he's on his own, but good luck trying to get to the hero himself with the way that Ace is playing.
Yeah.
Very hard heroes for Empire supports to gank.
Mid one has had a 2-level advantage over the Death Prophet at one point. Look at this. FN just keeps getting hit by Tidebringer, forced to bring salves constantly.
I see either the second or the third. I'm going to look towards him. They do have Yoku here. Mid one's level 6. It's just not a kill you're getting. Even if that slow hits, I doubt that it's going to happen, especially with the boat.
He can just turn. Yeah, he can just turn in boat, and then the rotations can come out from the rest of the secret supports. Very scary for Empire in this middle lane. However, now, mid one, he gets the boat up defensively.
I mean, that's the thing. As soon as the boat's up, you know, it's pretty much a kill you just can't take. He's up to the high ground. He's out of there. Puppy's actually coming in. He's having a look. We'll see the TP come through, so doesn't want to reveal himself.
Puppy, though, walked under vision of a sentry.
They did, and they have the dust to follow up. Yoku looking towards him. Puppy considering finishing himself to the Ancients here, I would imagine, as there are 3 heroes surrounding him. They punch through.
The
Puppy
dust is wearing off.
It is. Is it going to be enough to save him? Oh, they've got backup sentries, and the Crypt Swarm will clip.
Costly, though. That's a lot of gold and rotations committed. They spent dust and a sentry to get that. And he's only worth 100.
I'm looking at this big old bear with 7 minutes in. He's already brought the tier 1 down to half health.
Yeah, he got the Dominator before the 5-minute mark, so he's able to steal that wagon.
I mean, this top lane is a massive disaster for Empire. All 3 cores of Secret are very early on getting ahead. Empire have got to find some way to at least even out one of the lanes. They're looking towards Fada, but Fada's level 6 now.
He's doing great bottom. Having this Arcane Rune now, he's able to spam the shields too. 25 last hits. This was the lane that Secret was kind of like, okay, we're going to sack him a little bit, but Fada doing excellent with those movements coming up from the 2 supports. It's always the beauty about having the bear, like we were mentioning. The top looks like mid one deciding to make his first rotation. They want to secure this tower and maybe get some kills out of it. Ghost Stick does not have repel available.
They're looking
They
for
actually get
Torrent.
the courier too with the Tidebringer. That had somebody's boots on it, and a couple TPs and clarities. That's a costly death, and now Ghost Stick.
Now looking towards him.
They close the gap.
He's got the Purification. The boat coming in on top of the X-Mark. Ghost Stick without opponent repel. No way to play his way out of that.
It's a 6K advantage at 8 minutes, Owen. Wow.
We are seeing some
think
one-sided games today.
Yeah, I think that was FN's boots as well, as well as some clarity. So he's now running around with just double null on this poor Death Prophet. Very easy for them to catch him.
Here we go. They're going to try for Ace. Boulder Smash lean in. Ace immediately goes for the TP out. They haven't got any way to cancel it. He's gone, and the Bear's going to probably survive as well.
Yep, recalls it away.
Even Carty gets out alive.
Oh my.
Bottom lane, Fada, he's just getting the chance to hit the tower.
We were talking about how Secret looks like they have a greedy draft on paper, but they're making it work exceptionally with all these movements.
Secret just not holding back at all this game. This is them coming up to the LAN, as we've said. You know that the last previous LANs, they normally make it out of the groups, get to the playoffs, and then sort of begin to falter. Already here, you can sort of taste how hungry they are to just get these wins in the bag and not mess around.
They've got the boat follow-up.
Go for the Nightmare. Oh, that's not going to save him. Mid one now on a killing spree. The armlet is pretty much there. In fact, with his tower, he should have it. This 10-minute armlet phase. That is a scary Kunkka, and dare I say, with the armlet at this sort of timing, this is absolutely a game where mid one may just not die.
You saw that glyph. The shield pops. He really wanted to get the last hit with the Tidebringer, but they do glyph and save the crews for now, but they lose this tower, and mid's also getting pressured as well. Ace is looking to go for that range Lone Druid build.
Let's see if Empire can find a killing response. They look towards Yapsor, but look, the Nightmare taken off by Ace's Bear, buying Yapsor sometime. The Boulder Smash
It's off the mark.
Yoku. He was shooting and trying to score. I don't know where he was trying to score.
He got it onto the high ground at least, near the Ancients, but yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
A big miss.
Must have used the wrong foot.
Very costly rotation too. They really need to be getting these kills too, especially if they're going to be bringing the Gyrocopter in the rotations, because he's level 6 on Nyx, and he's their strongest hero at this point because of how dreadful the mid matchup actually went for FN.
Nyx, down bottom. He will pop the cooldown, but the combo comes in, and you know, as we sort of said, once that rum is out upon you,
The
you're
rum
not
was
dying.
The torrent was off the mark though. Sable actually survive.
Stroke of luck there for Nyx, getting up. From a misplay from mid one. Puppy, of course, just trying to find that level 6. So, I mean, this is the scary thing. Secret at a 7k lead, and this is before Track's online.
Yeah.
Once Track's online,
I mean, they're starting to claim so many buildings as well. All the tier 1s are taking. Tier 2 bottom is dead as well now. How can Empire just can't respond? They've just been completely destroyed in this laning phase. 9k advantage.
it's a rough one. They've got to look for something, but they've got to get something done in terms of a big team fight with Exorcism and cooldown. But
yeah, they need everything
have
to come into play.
It just feels like you have to disable mid one, or just make sure mid one's not in the fight. If he gets the ult off, you're not killing anyone that's covered in the run.
Double Dominators built up. Fada as well as Ace.
Perfect. One more creep wave, and he will have that 6.
Empire is grouping up now. They're going to go for this tier 1 siege, but at the same time, look at Secret. They're just responding, taking another tier 2 soon. But they decide to move. Nyx is coming in. He needs to be able to... I mean, they have to get kills with these rotations of Gyro. He's level 7 on this safe lane. Everybody on this... All the cores on the side of Secret are just doing way better than him right now. And the X comes out.
Yeah, they've managed to look towards the Bane. He is on the high ground, then Miposhka will be able to keep himself fine. The flat comes out from Nyx as they start to attempt to push back Secret. Fortification popped as well. The torrent out onto Ghost Stick, trying to run forward, force back this Omni Knight and create the space to take another tower. 12 minutes in, and Secret have managed to claim 2 tier 2 towers from Empire.
Just devastating. Now Nyx, there's not really safe places to be on the map for the side of Empire. They've lost so much map control. This Gyro now getting ran down.
This is the track online. So this is where we're going to start to see the big bucks really roll in. I mean, not necessarily in terms of kills, because of obviously how far behind Empire's cores are. That Gyro kill only granting mid 1 200 gold.
And look at this. The Catapult's just scouting out FN too. They're just walking around, keeping it on top of him. They can't kill that Catapult. He's like, okay, Omni's here, Death Prophet's here. Look at this.
Maybe if he's quiet, you know, Carty. Ghosty won't know he's there.
How can Empire take fights now at this deficit? It's actually so hard versus this Kunkka boat. And now, Secret just waltzes into the pit. They're just keeping tabs on Empire's heroes as well.
Yep.
Like FN, if he walks into this Secret lineup, he's so squishy. Miposhka now gets X'd up again. The torrent this time, mid one does get it.
Yeah, Miposhka's trying to outplay her with the Nightmare attempts, but yeah, as you say, mid one reads it, just torrents where he's out rather than torrenting at the X mark spot. And with this Roche falling pretty safely with the bear tanking it, I don't know, Empire can have any sort of a look in on this. With that Roshan going down, the gold will be there for mid one to have a 14-minute Shadow Blade on top of his armlet, if he so wishes to finish off that purchase. And any time a team gets a Shadow Blade against a team that's already massively behind, it just becomes so much worse. As you're a team that's behind in net worth, but you're now having to invest more and more in detection.
And your heroes are so weak at the moment. Everyone is like, the 2 big cores, the Death Prophet as well as the Gyrocopter, you're sitting at 1k HP. You look at Secret's lineup now at this point, this Kunkka is dealing a ridiculous amount of damage.
Ooh, I mean, Ace, he's 8.5k net worth, he's just got his Maelstrom done.
I mean, they won all 3 lanes. They really did. Pretty heavily.
Oh boy. You got the Maelstrom on Ace, you got the attack range as well now. So he's ready to right-click him.
Hey, look how mid one is. Mid one's going to be hitting for like 300 damage with his cleave when he's got the armlet turned on.
Yeah.
And they're consistently just they're just throwing these dominated creeps and just running them through the jungle and constantly seeing where Empire's moving. Just there, they had one of the small satyrs running through. Empire just starts trying to kill it, but then they redominate a new creep, so they don't even get any gold from it. It's fucking scary.
That's something that I'm sort of surprised we don't see sort of more. As you say, just the use of the creeps to just act as sort of vision. There's a patrol command nowadays in Dota, so you just get them moving around a jungle in a route.
Puppy.
And it gives you some very important information.
He's fine. He gets booted down on the low ground, but he doesn't mind. He has teammates near him.
Ghostic and Nyx trying to force some sort of a reaction as they do come across onto this tier 2 top, but Secret, they're already outside the base of Empire.
I mean, they've got Aegis. They could definitely go for this high ground feature. They've got the Maelstrom finished on Ace too. Can Empire stop this? They've got all the ultis available.
Somehow. They cannot afford to lose a Rax at 16 minutes in. Look at that. Southside Tormentor's in, did have the Aphotic Shield upon him. Now look for the Nightmare onto the Abaddon. They want to try and finish off at least the Bear. It's getting pretty low, and they will kill it. Get the 300 gold bounty, but it cost them the life of Ghostic. The boat's coming through. Yoku will get caught out. Mid-1 and Puppey right-click him down. He should tick down here to the urn, and he does indeed. Miposhka gets the Fiend's Grip off, but overall Empire, they've lost 2. Miposhka, he'll be chased down by Puppey. They've got the X mark back from Mid-1, dragging him in. Cast and Maledict out to FN with the Death Ward as well. Empire, they've lost 3. They'll lose FN as well. Double kill for Yapzor.
I think this game's actually
the track kills rolling in as well with that. There's a 14k lead. Add the Rax on top of that.
And they're just healing everybody up. They've got the Spirit Vessel. They've got tons of sustain. Even this X back to base comes back, heals up a bit as well. And they're not stopping. They didn't lose anybody, and everything was expended by Empire.
And we're at the 1k lead a minute that we rarely ever see get turned around. I don't think there's any question whether this game's got a chance of being turned around with Secret playing as they are and at the speed that they have. This game 1. Nyx will come forward. He's got the Repel. He's getting right-click back here by Ace. Get the cooldown out, but where's the follow-up? Yoku's going to try and lead in onto this. Looks to get the stun out, but he himself getting stunned immediately. FN comes in the midst of it all.
Tidebringer.
And Yoku's gone. You're going to have to see Ghostic walk himself back to base. Miposhka gets first hit rooted by the Bear. The Bane's dead as well. The X-Mark combo onto the Gyro. It's got to be over.
It's absolutely over.
As I said, I thought we'd see some one-sided games today. It looks like we had this was just on another level. And with that, GG is called. Secret.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when's the game start, lads?
I mean, everything honestly just went perfect for them there. They get the kills in the mid.
Yeah.
They get the courier when they make the rotation. Mid-1's rotation is successful. They take the towers. Like, just everything went right for them.
Yeah, we're going to have to see Empires try something a bit different. And this is always the glory when you have a game that's been this one-sided. You know that whoever just lost is going to try something crazy next game, and they've got.
They have to, right? You look at this and you're like, oh, Empire's draft. It looks normal. It looks like something we're used to seeing. The Earth Spirit maybe the one that's starting to change a little bit, but Secret's lineup totally different, and Mid-1's Kunkka again, just absolutely dominant 6-0-6.
Ooh,
yeah, the Rum. You saw the Rum come into favor there toward the end there too. It's like everything is expended by Empire, but they don't do damage. Wow, that was impressive. That was real impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a short break. And we will be back, and I'm sure we'll see Empire kick back a little bit harder, but game 1. Team Secret, one of the easiest games we've seen from them in quite a while, it felt like, at least.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see you soon. Game 2, I promise you it's going to be better. We'll see you there.